EMS flashing, EMS flashing.
Oh my God.
The witches are here.
Oh God.
That means they're here.
Oh no. What's going on? So we're back at Pendle Hill, the quarry, where witches used to meet. Seems a lot different and a lot more peaceful during the day. This is where they used to meet. There's a lot of activity in here. There's been a lot of activity in here as well. Yeah, it's very quiet and sheltered at night, so nobody would notice you here. But this is where they used to meet. We're going to be doing a series now on the Lancashire witches, not just the Pendle witches, because everybody knows about them, but other witches who were executed during that time. So we're going to have a bit of a focus on the other ladies who were killed.
So we're right in the middle of Pendle Hill, Lancashire, Northern England, where the famous Pendle witches lived, and this is the quarry where they used to meet to do their rituals of their sabbats and to cast their spells. Today, present witches still come up here to perform their magic various times of the year. So we're following the trail of the Pendle witches, and we're going to be telling each an individual Pendle witch story as we go. The main characters being Elizabeth Southern, Alice Nutter, James and Alison Device, brother and sister. And throughout the year we're going to be piecing together this Pendle witch story and showing you a bit of the area where all of these stories took place 400 years ago. Elizabeth Southern, everybody has the thoughts about her as a person. She was a wise woman. She was well in her 80s. She did what she did for her family. She helped people. She made herbal remedies, but obviously because of her status in life, she was well down the pecking order. So obviously, anything went wrong, who are you going to blame? You're going to blame her, aren't you? Yeah? But all the stories you read about her, you need to look more into it and get the truth out of it. She was a strong woman. She was a strong-minded woman who didn't take any from anybody, because she had all the family to feed.
her grandchildren to feed. So she did what she had to do, you know, and a lot of people go around and they, oh, she's this, she's that, she's the other. Yeah, she probably did have a side of her that could be quite aggressive and things like that, but she did what she did for her family, and because they were very, I mean, people talk about people being poor these days. I mean, we're talking extreme poverty there, and she got paid for trying to cure people, to trying to help people who couldn't afford doctors or anything like that. So before people start criticising her and saying she's this, that and the other, and she was evil and she this, that, and they need to look deeply into it and get the truth, not what people write about her and people say about her just to get a good story.
So Alice Nutter and Elizabeth Southern were the two main witches in the Pendle witch trials. They each had family that were also involved in this witchcraft business, this magical witchcraft trial that went on at Lancaster Castle in 1612. So this area of Pendle is called Rough Lee, and there is a house here which Alice Nutter owned, and it's still here today, privately owned now. She used to live there. She was a landowner in this area. She would have gone around and collected all the rents of all the other people that lived in this area, and all of those people that lived in this region were all part of the Pendle Witch Coven, who met up at the quarry, which if you watch Return to Pendle Part 2, we have done the paranormal in the quarry, and there's some daytime footage of the quarry too for you to look at to see where by daylight hours the witches used to go. So Alice Nutter, she had another witch that she colluded with, called Anne Whittle. Between them, like ordinary neighbours of today, there was the odd dispute, the odd battle over land, the odd battle over who owns this, who owns that. And because they were fighting and scrapping so much, they drew attention to themselves. And this is part of the reason why this case went to trial. When Alison Device was caught selling pins to the peddler named John Law on the main road to Colne, she was already taken in and questioned for witchcraft at Lancaster Castle. But the dispute here continued between the other families, and because of that they all ended up becoming arrested and taken in. And the Pendle Quarry was the place where they were originally having their very last Good Friday meeting. They were trying to plot a way to get Elizabeth Southern and her granddaughter Alison Device out of Lancaster Jail. Bearing in mind, we'd already had the gunpowder plot with Guy Fawkes in 1604 down in London. It was still a popular story, even in these parts. So they decided they were going to blow a hole out of Lancaster Castle and rescue their family. But unfortunately, the law got to them first, and they were arrested in Pendle Quarry on Good Friday, 1612, during a feast where they were planning and discussing ways they could release their family from Lancaster Castle. Hi, what's up guys? And yes, once again we are lurking in another graveyard, and tonight we're at the grave of one of the Lancashire witches. This witch is Meg Shelton, who was one of the Fylde witches, which is between Pendle Hill and Blackpool. So, what did we do today? What happened today? So this morning we thought, let's have a nice healthy smoothie drink for a change instead of coffee.
Oh, these.
What did we do?
Spinach smoothie.
We ordered a half pint of, what was it? It was liquidised spinach. And then we supped that, and then the lady came over and went, same again, you know, like we were sat in a bar or something.
Yeah,
and we went, yeah, we'll have
yeah.
another. And we had another half pint of liquidised spinach. So we have drank a full pint each of liquidised spinach this morning. My stomach has made more noises today than I've ever heard it make, ever. What about you?
Oh, I'm alright, yeah.
You're okay
fine,
with the liquidised spinach, so
I think Meg's getting frustrated.
Do you recommend or not recommend? Okay, right.
I love the spinach. No, it is the spinach, broccoli, cucumber, pineapple and
Liquidised.
mango. It was nice. It was no, seriously. It was,
All right.
No, it didn't look.
So that's how we started our day. So we're going to go now to Meg Shelton's grave,
Yeah.
and we've set the REM pod up and a couple of cat balls, and we're going to see if we can get anything there. But Andy's got a little ritual to do first around this grave, which is tradition, and so we'll see you there. So I'm inviting any spirit people in this graveyard. If there are any witches present, would you like to show yourself in the mirror behind me? Let's see your face. Or even if you can just show me a hand. Are you there? Let me see you peeping around one of the graves. Anybody at all? Any of the Lancashire witches? Any of the Pendle witches? Are you here? Show me yourself if you're here. Let me see your face over my shoulder. Let me see your face behind me. God, I think it's a gravestone. There's a crucifix grave right there. It's
Yeah, it is.
really kind of creepy, that though. Show me yourself amongst the graves. Let me see you. Even if you're a child just playing. Anybody? Any spirit people at all? Let me see you.
I mean, you'd be really freaked out if you saw something over your shoulder in that
I
mirror.
saw something over my shoulder. All I'm seeing is really creepy, moss-covered leaning graves and things right now.
Yeah, I know, but
Oh God, that's my shadow. Bloody hell, my shadow was on that grave then. I thought, what the hell's that moving over there? I think what it is, your imagination.
of course it does.
Really plays tricks on you when you're doing this kind of thing
It
in
is.
a graveyard at 3 a.m.
But it seems to have gone darker now. But then again, I think because you loop when you've got lights.
Yeah. This is your last chance to show yourself before we move on. See if we can get anything from up above looking by shadows or anything like that. Anybody who wants to come and join us? Show yourself in this mirror, this scrying mirror.
Rem's just gone.
What?
Oh,
What, did you see something?
the REM pod started going.
REM pod started going. Yeah, it has. Okay.
That's fine.
Come and show yourself if you're here. Are you standing close to that REM pod over there? If you're here, let me see you, let me hear you.
Somebody's very close to that because it's.
Face it that way, and let's see if we can get anybody in the mirror on that side. This is a special black scrying mirror, especially for you to be able to peer into. You can come through it as a portal, and then we can see you. I've got the REM pod in the mirror there, so I'm keeping an eye on that. It's gone off.
It's
It's
gone
just
off.
gone off.
But whoever it was really close to it. So.
Yeah. Seems like it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. I think we'll move on and try something else.
You've just made that REM pod go off. Can you do it again? I'll show you how it works. All you have to do, you go right up to it like that. Touch that, like you were doing before. If you could do it again, can you speak to us? Can you let us know who you are? You let us know who you are? Can you tell us your name? That's it. Can you make it go closer and you can light it up even better? And there's some other devices there that you can light up. Can you tell us your name and why you're still here? Please stop.
Please stop.
Please stop.
Stop.
Why do you want
Why?
why do you want us to stop? Why do you want us to stop? If you want us to stop, you've got to light these lights, all these lights up. Little cat balls that will light up and flash. That meter there, you can move that. I'll light that up to red. Go really close to it. So who are you? Anybody, any presence in this graveyard that wants to talk to us? Can you tell us your name? Can you tell us your name?
There is flickering that. It's flashing on and off that.
That?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's somebody who's, they're near, but not right on top of it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to come away to make sure, because it's not me.
Yeah. Come and let us know if you're here, please.
You let us know you're here. Can you tell us your name?
I'm sure it said Andy.
Andy?
I'm sure I heard Andy.
Do you know me?
Are you talking to Andy?
John. Do you know me? This is not something.
I think this is not something I'm used to.
It's okay, there's no need to be afraid. We're only here to get to know you. We're telling your name, we're not any disrespectful or anything like that.
No.
No way. So who are you? Is this your grave or are you just around this graveyard? Are you walking round?
What about across the country? Groovy ghost. Having a rave in the graveyard.
Who are you? You're obviously very close because you can you go move away from them lights and stop it? Where am I from? Not far away. Where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? Did you live near?
So this is Meg Shelton's grave, the witch's grave.
Now, I put the REM pod on top of there. Now that only goes off when something goes right near that antenna.
Yeah.
For it to light up all four red, you've got to be pretty well bang on it. So obviously it's on there. Now it's going off, but it's going on and off. I put the cat balls around the side, so
Is there some ritual you're supposed to do here? Don't run around the church naked 3 times because we're going to get kicked clean out of here.
I'm not going to do that. It's a bit
Stay fully dressed and just go around the grave 3 times.
Let me see. I'm calling out to the spirit of Meg Shelton.
Meg Shelton.
Are you about? Just like to talk to you. Whether you were a witch or you weren't a witch, you know, we don't know, only you knows that.
Well, there was a legend of the Filed Witches.
Yeah. If you're here, Meg, we'd really appreciate it if you were a witch, if you follow witches, we'd appreciate if you could light one of these devices up, the cat ball. I know you're lighting that up, but you're really making that though. If you could speak to us through this radio, we'd really appreciate it. Give us a message. If you could even just say your name. If you could say your name. It's awful.
Do you hear one's voice then? How did she die anyway? Do you know how she died?
It reminds me of Greatest. Why did they bury her here?
Why did they bury her like that? To keep her in?
Are the stories about you true? Now's your chance to tell us the truth.
As far as I'm aware, they buried her like that to keep her in the grave, didn't they?
If you go really close to that device that's on the top of that boulder, if the stories are true, you could probably knock that off. What that's? Have you any messages for us? Would you like to speak to us? What year did you die, Mike? I'm not here to disrespect you or cause you any disrespect for you. Or can you make a sign by us?
No, that's just gone off, that light on that. Oh, it's just so it's one light flashing on it. Does that mean it's picking up an energy, or?
That means it's close, but
right.
It's not right on it.
So we're inviting the witch Meg Shelton to come forward, please, and talk to us.
Because if you go, see, right up, yeah, then we're going right up, so I'm right on the antenna.
Is that right now?
Yeah. So that's somebody close.
If you're there, Meg, or anybody else, please come forward and make yourself known.
That's the lights up, right up. So you can see I've got to be touching it to make that light up. So if you could make one of those other lights light up, Meg, I'd be so appreciative. I know you're doing well with that. That's right on top, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder whether putting that at the side to see.
Maybe. Just try anything, innit? Whatever you think. Now, what freaks me out about these witches' graves is, and I know I'm a witch myself, and Andy and I do witchcraft, is what if she jumps out of there and puts a curse on us? I mean, is she able to do that?
Why would she? Because there's no reason for her to do.
You never know. Witches are witches.
No, it's funny that's gone stronger now, isn't it?
Yeah. It's flashing now. But it's only when it's squealing in it that something's really strong with it.
Yeah. I mean, that's
So how did she die? Was she put to death or did she just die naturally?
I think she was originally buried, I'm sure if I remember, if I'm correct, she was actually buried somewhere else.
Right.
But they had a lot of issues with it.
Okay. Like what issues?
People kept saying, basically, that they couldn't bury her. They kept coming up. So they put the boulder on, basically keep her in the grave. That's the story.
Right, so she was seen out and about then,
yeah.
after she died?
Yeah.
So like a ghost or a spirit or something?
They couldn't keep the body in the grave, so they put the boulder on
That's
to
why.
keep her in. It's funny how that's stopped now, isn't it?
Yeah, it has. It's gone flat. Meg, if you're there, please come forward.
If you're there, please. We're quite happy, you know.
We have been to Pendle Hill today and we are witches ourselves.
We're here to talk.
Xbox. Danny. SM.
Have you anything you want to say to us? Do you still wander around this graveyard at night? You still wander around this graveyard at night, mate? I do.
Oh, alright, can we see you? Would you like to show yourself?
Are you still here, mate? It's more active that one, it's on top.
Yeah.
That's funny that, isn't it?
Hmm.
How old were you when you died, Meg? Can you tell us any messages? Are you still here? Are you still here? Come on. Try a bit of spirit box.
Alright, try, yeah, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, let me try that.
Oh, it pointed over there.
Shadow.
It pointed right towards where the spirit talker is.
That's interesting because it just said shadow.
Yeah. Okay, can you point in the direction of where you stood? I'll just take the dowsing rod back to the middle. Can you point where you are in the graveyard? Show me where you stood and then we can come and talk to you.
Please don't go now.
No, we're not going to go now. We're going to stay and talk to you for a while. Let us come up to the path where we think you are. This is where we're getting the most activity. Take the dowsing rods and point to exactly where you're stood. Are you stood beside Andy? If you stood
A demon here.
Really? If you stood beside Andy, cross the dowsing rods. If you stood beside me or behind me, open the dowsing rods wide. And then we can see where you are. Or point both of the dowsing rods to where you are stood. And what's this demon you're talking about? It's a churchyard. Can you tell me where you are? Can you flicker some of the devices we have on the floor here?
Sometimes I think that's having a pop at me.
Yeah, are you calling Andy a demon because he wears all the witchcraft symbols? Because he follows the Aleister Crowley books and rituals? Is that why you're calling him demon?
Because I'm the Prince of Darkness.
It's slowly going back over there where all the equipment is. Are you standing by the equipment? If you stand by the equipment, we'll be able to pick you up. If you can flicker the
Accident.
EMF. Accident. Maybe that's how they died. Did you die in an accident? Was that how you lost your life? So there's some cat balls dotted around. If you go close to them, you'll be able to set them off and we can see you as well as Feel your presence. And pat these dowsing rods.
Hopeless.
What, the dowsing rods?
Or me?
Yeah, maybe.
Just-
Are you saying it's hopeless because you're trying and you can't do it?
We're just trying to communicate it with you. We don't need any harm at all.
We brought the dowsing rods because
No,
these are
it's
a
a-
Victorian method of spirit communication, and we thought that this might help you better than some of the electronic devices we
Yeah.
have dotted around. I know you Victorian people might not understand the mobile phone.
Use any of the things that you feel comfortable with.
Any way you can come through to us, just try and come through
Yeah,
to us.
I'm not here for
please.
it cause you any harm or disrespect you in any way.
That grave looks like a shrouded ghost, but it's just the way that it's
It's the
lit.
way it is, yeah.
I'm looking at it and thinking, I'm going to freak out in a minute. Alright, please try and use my energies to cross these dowsing rods or to point both sticks which way you're standing in this
Can
grave.
you give us a sign of either point them both to where you are, or can you cross them for yes and uncross them for no? Can you cross them for yes?
It's only really this one that's been moving and it keeps pointing over there every so often.
Can you point the one at Alison's right hand to the where you were stood and which way you stood?
Because it's funny, the REM pod's not going off now and it was going off before. And now it's not going off at all. So it makes you wonder, because we've moved further down, have they shifted?
Malefic.
What did that say?
Malefic.
I have no idea what. What? I've never heard that word before.
Malefic.
Begins with an M.
Malefic.
So
Malef.
that's something else
Malefic.
we're going to have to look up, like
Malefic.
the Alaric thing that we got at
Yeah.
Gallows Hill.
If anybody's any ideas, what that means, malefic.
I've never heard that word before.
I've,
ever.
but then again, you heard of Maleficent, which is something to do with the occult, I'm sure.
Is it?
Maleficent, or
So we need
something
to
like.
look up.
Yeah,
The
but
man attacks people.
oh, does
Oh,
he?
really? What man?
What
See,
man?
Is there a demon spirit in this graveyard? That's going off the REM pod. The REM pod's just going off, look. It just lit up right now. It's not been on all this time.
We've been down here now.
So, who is this man that attacks people? Is he a bad negative spirit in this graveyard? Is that who you were calling a demon before? Please try and speak to us on one of these devices, or please try and flicker the cat balls. Then we know where you're stood.
Or can you make that REM pod
Or
like?
once again,
can
try
you-
the dowsing rods to point which way you're standing.
You just stood. Can you just
Okay, we
move
should
away
walk.
from that REM pod? I'll make one of the other things light up.
What's your name? Let's try to go again then. This one on the right hand side.
Interference.
Interference. What, we're interfering, or there's interference on the equipment?
I've just gone really cold.
Okay.
Like somebody's just walked through me.
Yeah, well that's it. When spirits, you know, when you go shudder like that, that's supposed to be like a spirit is standing really
Really,
close
really
by you.
cold.
Yeah,
Be honest with you, I've got that many layers on.
I know, and it's hard to know when we're standing out in the cold anyway, and it, you know, that's flickering again. It just flashed on and off.
Can you go really close to it? If you go really close.
Unfinished business.
Okay, what's your unfinished business? Would you like to tell us, and maybe we can help you?
Who have you got unfinished business with?
I think everybody departs this world with
Look
unfinished.
above.
Is that another word we don't?
Luke above.
Look above. Where? In the trees? Maybe it's. I mean, it's a clear night. Maybe it's talking about UFOs. Are we going to see something strange in the sky? Can't point the dowsing rod. Oh, it's just pointed that way again.
So I think there's something.
Somebody's standing there
Here.
next to the
We
rod.
like you.
Oh, you like us?
Oh, you like
We
us?
like you too. In fact, we love you. We love you that much. We want you to come forward and flicker the cat balls on the floor.
Yeah.
We brought you some toys. Brought you some things, some gadgets to play with.
Because I remember it. If I remember last time,
got children
There
down the
was-
bottom end.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, your children.
So what are we going to see if we
We've
look
got a lot
above? It's a clear night.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to see something unusual in the skies?
It's unusual because we normally get lots of names and we haven't had.
Not this time.
We've
no.
not had any-
But we've been
one-
specifically concentrating on witches this time.
Yeah,
So perhaps
Maybe
because
people
we've gathered
don't
their
wanna-
energies around, the other people might not want to come forward.
yeah. We're here to talk to anybody.
Anybody else would like to come forward? You don't have to be related to witchcraft. Okay, so we'll try EVP if you want and see if we get any
All right.
people talking to us.
Yeah, no
Let's
worries.
try that.
Okay, there's a device here, and if you speak through that red light, I can hear your voice. Who's the spirit that's been here with us, who's been lighting up the REM pod, and who's been talking to us? Can you tell us your name? And why are you still here? Are you at peace, or do you need help moving on? What's your name? And how old are you? Or how old were you when you died? I'm Andy, this is Alison. Don't mean you any disrespect or any harm. Just want to know your story. Done really well up to now. You've lit those red lights up. You go really close to it, then you can light them all up. Any of those things that you can light up. But if you talk through that red light, I can hear your voice. I can hear your voice. And other people will be able to hear your voice. Do you know the name of this church?
Should we play it back now, see if we've got anything?
You've got one last message before I turn it off. Okay, there's a device here, and if you speak through that red light, I can hear your voice. Who's the spirit that's been here with us, who's been
It sounded
lighting
like
up the REM pod?
somebody sighing through the nose, it sounded like.
Who's the spirit that's been here with us, who's been lighting up the REM pod,
What's he saying?
and who's been talking to us? Can you tell us your name?
What's he saying?
Why are you still here?
I'm hearing something. I heard feet. I heard feet.
Are you at peace, or
Did you hear feet?
do you need help?
What did you hear?
Where's that feet?
I heard feet. I definitely heard feet. I'm going to have a walk about. Give me the torch. I'm going to have a walk about and make sure that there's not somebody skulking about in here. I'm going to have a quick walk about, guys, just to make sure there's not somebody going to jump out on us or something like that. Because it does freak you out when you're doing this in the middle of the night, and sometimes people find it funny if they see you doing a paranormal to hide behind graves and jump out. Is anybody there, please? Come forward. Can't see anybody, but it sounded like footsteps to me. Not like an animal rustling, more like footsteps. Doesn't seem to be anybody about anywhere. I heard feet the same time as you heard feet, Andy, so you wasn't imagining that. Did you hear anything else on that? So there's definitely a sigh at the beginning. But yeah, we definitely heard feet then. Oh, we both heard that at the same time.
Okay, there's a device here. And if you speak through that red light, I can hear your voice. Who's the spirit that's been here with us? Who's been lighting up the red pod?
What's the sound?
And who's been talking to us?
And shuffling.
Can you tell us your name?
Yeah.
It sounds like somebody settling themselves down, doesn't it?
Why are you still here? Are you at peace, or do you need help
I feel
moving
quite
on?
jumping.
Yeah, I feel quite jumpy as well. But I've had a good walk around, there's nobody.
Nobody about.
No, there's nobody. But we both definitely heard feet at the same time. I think we need to do some glass seance. Yeah, so we're picking up some kind of an energy on there anyway, the grave.
Yeah,
So Andy's going to run Necrometer now and see if we get any messages through from Meg or any of the other Filed Witches.
Bigot.
is that
Seriously. That's like, kind of like a sort of a bullying man, I guess, isn't it, a bigot? Or a bullying person? Who's a bigot?
Mom?
Mom?
Mom. Who is this? Who are we talking to? Can you tell us your name? Who are we talking to here? I mean,
It's really strong, that.
that is strong as hell. That's
It's
somebody.
picked up on an energy.
That is somebody.
Could you come closer to that, please, the grave? And see if you can set it up for us?
Balls off. There. Could you move away from it, please?
Come close to the snowdrops.
So we know you're really here. Can you just move away from it a minute? Just a second, please. I'd be grateful if you could. And no disrespect to you whatsoever.
See, it could be an energy because she was a witch and she did magic and she probably contains an energy within herself anyway.
Could you just move away from it?
I have what? An energy?
See,
She has an energy.
what I want to prove to the viewers is this. I mean, that should stop now.
Well, we just asked if she has an energy and she says I have. So she has an energy.
Have you,
So perhaps she's just built up an energy through the witchcraft that she did through her lifetime.
what's your name?
Right, so let's see what happens then. Come forward, Meg, if you're here, if you're with us. Do you remember the Pendle Witches? Do you remember their story? Not too far from here, only about 10 miles.
Could you light one of those other devices up, please, Meg? Just really appreciate it.
Do any of these names mean anything to you? Elizabeth Southern? Alice Nutter? Elizabeth Device or Alison or James?
Elevator.
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 Envious.
Envious.
Of what?
What are you envious of?
Of those witches from Pendle? Why? Because they were so famous?
even if you were a witch or you weren't a witch, it doesn't matter nowadays because people can be witches nowadays. What do you think of that? If you think that's good, and you like one of these lights up, that's just that's just mad. It just doesn't light up. Not on there.
No, it only does it on the rock, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So either the rock contains the energy, or she contains the energy. Did you hear something then? Like it sounded like a lich gate opening, but it's late. I'm not thinking there's anybody around. Just have a look if there's anybody coming up there, because I heard a lich gate. Isabel. Was that not the name of one of the Scottish witches?
Was Isabel?
There could have been an Isabel here as well. But is there anybody coming down that path? No, up there from the lich gate. I mean, not this path.
The lich gate.
The gate up there. I heard that lich gate go.
No.
I definitely heard that lich gate go.
No.
There's only one gate.
No. There's nobody coming up.
I heard that lich. I've probably picked it up on this. I heard the lich gate like clatter open. Alright, so maybe we've got that on here then. I just wondered if someone was coming up to throw us out. You know, it's like in graveyards.
We are talking. Who's here? Can you give us a name? Oh, it's just weird.
I'll put it back on there and see what happens. I can hear people walking. I'm not lying. I can hear people. It's like someone's approaching us. Who's coming? Who's here? That lich gate definitely went. I just wonder if somebody might have come walking in here or something. If they've seen our torches, they might be having a nosy. So Andy's gone checking out to see if there's anybody, because I heard that lich gate. I swear to God. I just heard that lich gate go, and like, it's pretty fripping creepy in here right now, and I'm like, is there nobody there? No. Right, good. Let's carry on what we're doing. It's what? I keep hearing a footstep. Did you not hear the footstep? Just one on the path there. Who's there? Please come forward and make yourself known. With plenty of equipment here to use.
No, it's only on one. Whatever it is, you need to watch.
I heard a footstep just a couple of minutes ago.
Whereabouts do you?
Just over there by that shrub. Sounded like it was a heavy step coming this way.
There's nobody here.
Is this graveyard haunted? Come through the spirit talker and let us know. Give us a message through there. Who is it, please?
And why are you still here? What? That one? No. I know people probably think I'm being a bit over...
You're just conducting your experiments in the graveyard.
No. That, about 5 or 10 minutes ago, was bang on, full on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right? When we took it off, it didn't do anything at all. Put
No.
it back on, and it was on red, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Full, all forward. Right? We started hearing that gate. You've heard footsteps over there.
Yeah.
Now it's only on very lightly.
Alright, so is Meg Shelton
Just-
here,
it's
please?
like
Or anyone
somebody's-
that's gone off?
It's like somebody's moved away from there.
Alright. Maybe somebody's just watching us from the shadows, from the graves. Maybe.
Do you not think the feeling has changed here?
It's creepy.
Do you not get a feeling that the atmosphere's changed?
It just feels a bit intense, but I don't know whether that's because I heard the lich gate going. I'm thinking someone's going to pounce any minute.
I don't know. To me...
What does it feel like to you?
I heard a footstep then.
You heard a footstep. See what I mean? Every now and again you hear a tread. Who's there, please? What spirit is this pacing around this graveyard? We can hear you. come and make yourself known. Come and talk to
If
us.
you go and stand by that device that's on the boulder.
Come and look at the snowdrops around the grave.
I've had nothing.
It just feels really tense to me, do you know what I mean? Like, any minute now someone's going to jump out. And yet it isn't really that creepy a graveyard because it's very well kept. We are going to go around another part of a graveyard later on that's a little wilder, like overgrown and stuff. Yeah, it's just witchery. Is it? Don't come up on there. Witchery. Seriously, let me film that.
Witchery.
Ah, so that's connected to witches. So is it you, Meg? Did you perform rituals?
I've got to ask you, were you a witch or was it all rubbish?
You can admit to it now because you won't be in any trouble for it.
It is starting to get a bit uneasy here.
Well, I've been uneasy since I come in, but then that's just me. You're okay. You could camp in here. Me, I'm uneasy after 5 minutes.
No, I'm hearing things and seeing things, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's nothing really much happening around this grave itself, but the whole graveyard has like an atmosphere to it, and yet it's a really well kept, nice one. You know, it's not one of them that's you could fall down into the ground and stuff like some of them, is it?
That's stopped now.
Yeah, it has. It's very quiet there. Well, maybe we ought to have a look around, and there are some other strange and unusual graves about that we could do some paranormal experiments on and see if we get anything else, any other people through.
Yeah.
So this is one of the witches' graves from our Lancashire Witch Project. The Alice Nutter grave is at Pendle. The witches that were hung are all in a pit up at Gallows Hill. Meg Shelton is here. This is her grave. And we're trying to get round as much as possible to show you guys.
Allison's doing a bit of glass divination. See whether she gets anything through.
Alright, so I've just wound up the glass. Is there anybody there, please? Any spirit people would like to make contact? I'm Alison. Please try and push this glass. If you're a happy spirit, push it towards the torches. If you're an unhappy spirit, push it towards the broken crucifix on this grave. I can feel an energy inside it because the glass is tilting a little bit from side to side. Do you need more energy? Take the energy from my arm and my fingers and see if you can push the glass to let me know that you're here. So let us know that you're here. Coming on with me?
Yeah, I'll try.
Alright, so is there anybody there, please? Would you like to push the glass to try and make contact with us?
Anybody who's got anything they want to say to us?
Or if you can just
Can you move it?
twist
Yes,
the
sir.
glass around.
Could you move this glass in the direction of where you are? If you move it towards the torches, or move it towards the
My hand's tingling like mad. I wonder if something's taking energy. You know, like pins and needles?
Yeah.
Please use our energies. Take the energy from one of the torches if you need to present yourself. Move this glass and let us know if you're here. We had Victor before. Victor, are you still here? Or perhaps the person who belongs to this tomb, are you here? Or are there any Lancashire witches present that may have followed us from the two graveyards we visited today? We visited Alice Nutter's grave and we visited Meg Shelton's grave, and if you two ladies are present, or any other Pendle witches,
Meg, if you followed us.
then please push the glass and let us know that you're here. If our very own Pendle witches, Elizabeth, James, Alison and Elizabeth Device are here, Could you please try and... It's like wobbling in it, filled with energy. But not enough to
Yeah,
move.
yeah.
That's what I think. Keep trying, guys, because you're doing really well. Just to let us know that you're present. We did get the message on Spirit Talker, we're here to protect you, just when we switched the camera off before.
Feels like it's pulling towards you.
You think so?
Feels like it's pulling out of my hand.
Just feel like it's got an energy.
Yeah.
And we've got the Lancashire Red Rose on the glass especially for you. Since you're from Lancashire. There's also a white rose in there for any witches that came from the Yorkshire side. So we've considered all of you. There's definitely an energy inside it. It's
It's
moving back and forth. You can move it back and forth. Let's see if you can
if you want us
push
to,
it
if you want us to
completely.
go, move it towards the lights. If you want us to stay, move it towards the cross, crucifix.
It's definitely like, I think it's something's trying to pick it up. Are
You
you trying to tip it on its side?
use our energy.
Like you do the table tipping? If you can do that, that would be really, really good. But only if you have the energy.
Use the energy that we've got.
We're not
Use our
demanding
energy.
you to do tricks.
No, we don't want
I
you
think
to
your
do
finger's pressing it down now.
that.
It was
Yeah,
trying to
I'll
lift.
Yeah, I'll
Because my finger's lightly on top now and it was,
yeah,
I
because
felt it was trying to lift its...
it's just how it was awkward.
Well, I think it's got the energy to move it a little bit, but I think it's trying. Or whoever this person is trying. Oh, people, we better knock it off as people come in. Knock your torch off. Knock the camera off. Quick, run! What was that? What was that? Did you see that? Quick, go, go! Oh God, what was that? So thank you for joining us once again on that spooky expedition, and this is Spiritual Encounters, Alison and Andy. Thanking you all for watching and subscribing, and you can press the like button if you think our videos are any good.
Oh yes.
And we'll take care, and you take care,
Yeah.
and we'll see you all very soon.
Bye.
Good night.